Let me ask you something. When you think of Portugal, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Ronaldo, right? For years, that was the only answer. One man carrying an entire nation on his back. But something has changed. The 2026 Portugal squad is built differently. And I'm not talking about different in a good way. I'm talking about genuinely unfair. This team, right now, might be the most dangerous squad Portugal has ever sent to a World Cup. And I'm going to show you exactly why. For years, Portugal's midfield was the one thing holding them back. Even in 2016, when they won the Euros, they were heavily reliant on defensive structure because the middle of the pitch just wasn't creative enough at the highest level. That problem no longer exists. Vitinha is playing some of the best football of his career at PSG. João Neves, who is 20 years old, is already dictating games in the Champions League like a player 3 years older. And then there's Bruno Fernandes, who despite what happens at club level, always shows up for Portugal. 3 midfielders, any one of whom could start for almost every team at this tournament. That depth in the middle of the pitch alone is enough to make most nations uncomfortable. Now look at the wings. Nuno Mendes is probably the best left back in the world right now. In the Nations League final against Spain, he completely shut down Lamine Yamal, a player who had just scored a brace against France in the semi-final. He had Yamal so deep in his pocket that when Mendes got home that night, he reportedly found Yamal still in his jacket. That's the level we're talking about. On the other side of the pitch, you've got Pedro Neto, Bernardo Silva coming in from wide positions, and Rafael Leão, who can come off the bench and change a game in under 10 minutes. This is not a team with one dangerous area. Every channel is a problem for whoever faces them. And yes, we have to talk about Ronaldo. He's 40. Nobody expected him to still be relevant at this stage. But in the Nations League tournament, he scored 8 goals across the entire competition, including an equaliser in the final against Spain. Not a penalty, not a tap-in. A goal that mattered, scored in the moment his country needed it most. Here's the real story though. In 2016, Portugal won because of Ronaldo's presence and the team's organisation. In 2026, Ronaldo is almost a bonus. The team doesn't need him to carry anything anymore. If he's sharp, he adds goals. If he's not, there are players behind him ready to step in. That shift from one-man team to genuine collective is what makes this squad actually scary. Portugal has had golden generations before. Euro 2000 had Figo, Rui Costa, Nuno Gomes, players who were genuinely world-class. They still couldn't win it, and the reason was always the same. The starting 11 was brilliant, but the bench dropped off fast. If someone got injured or went off form, the options just weren't there. This squad is the first time where that argument doesn't apply. The bench could almost be a separate top 10 national team. Leão coming on as a substitute. Depth at right back, at centre back, in goal. This is a different Portugal. And in 2026, playing on home soil across the United States, Canada and Mexico, with crowds that are going to be massive for them, this team has everything lined up. So I want to know what you think. Do you believe this Portugal squad can actually win the 2026 World Cup? Or is there still a team out there that worries you more? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more videos breaking down the teams that could go all the way in 2026, subscribe and you won't miss any of them.